Hi, this is George. I've got your market statistics update for April of 2023 for Kitsap County. And what I have in front of me here is a supply and demand chart. And on the left-hand side here, you can see this is the number of homes that are hitting the market. And along the bottom here, these are the number of homes that are, or I'm sorry, this is the 1-year cycle of May of 2022 in comparison to April of 2023. At the very bottom of this graph, it'll show you that the red bar is the active number of listings that are hitting the market. And then the green bar here is the number of sales that are taking place in that same given time. So you can see here that at the end of or midsummer of 2022, there were still the tail end of the hot market that we're in, and you had 400 or so closings that took place in the month of May, and you had just over 300 new listings that hit in that same month. So tail end of really low interest rates here, and you can see this was we saw this a lot over the past 3 or 4 years prior to 2023, where there were more homes closing than there were hitting the market, and that's why there's so many bidding wars taking place back then. Then you can see in and around June, this is really where interest rates started to take off, and you can see this graph inverted, and now we've got more homes hitting the market for the first time in a long time versus the number of closings that were taking place. And you can see as this interest rates continued on, there was quite a few sellers that hit the market here that were trying to take advantage and capture a sale before the market shifted. And we had quite a few homes hit the market for sale at the end of summer of last year, which was one of the leading causes of why sales prices got softer. And you saw many sellers having to reduce their sales prices in order to get themselves under contract. Well, this is where we are today. You can see April of 2023, these stats just came out, published by our MLS, and you can see we're off to a very strong start. These bars are quite close together, which is indicative of a strong seller's market. And you can also see there's a trend here where the number of closings is starting to ramp up, and which is very common for us heading into the late spring, early summer. Overall, though, we like to see these bands close together like this. That makes for a really strong and competitive market. And this is also leading to many of our buyers being somewhat surprised in finding themselves in bidding wars. Not quite as crazy as it was in 2020 and 2021, but still very strong market out there. Not a lot of homes for sale, and there's a lot of buyers that are jumping in and taking advantage of these sales prices today to be able to capture something, whereas maybe a couple years ago they were looking at a higher sales price for the same type of home. So if you have any further questions about your particular neighborhood or your particular property, and I can certainly be happy to chat further with you about that and give you some more in-depth information. Happy to do that. My cell phone is 206-949-3793. Feel free to call or text anytime.